So what can we notice when we analyze all four of these campanile windows?
Well, the first thing that I notice is that there are four and they each differ from each other in unique ways. So how can we think about those differences?
So one thing that we could look at is we can look at the shapes in the different windows. So the first window has only trapezoids or irregular quadrilaterals. And then when we get to the second window, we introduce triangles. And by the time we get to the third window, we introduce pentagons.
And then in the fourth window, there are actually no shapes at all. And so Medellin, the artist here, has continued on this trend of sort of shape shifting, if you will, from window to window. Another thing that we can look at is density of the white lines in each of the windows. And so I notice if I look across, moving left to right, that the density of the white lines decreases or goes down. So there are fewer white lines as you move towards the last window in this series.
So the solid color is going up and the white lines is going down as we move. So how could we actually quantify this? Because if we can quantify these windows, it gives us more detailed information, and then we can use that to perhaps make a replica or just analyze it further. So in our first window, we have 0% solid colored panels.
And in the data that we collected earlier, if we move on to the next window, we have approximately 20% solid color panels.
And then in the third window, we have 80% solid colored glass.
And then finally in the fourth window, that goes up to 100% solid color glass and no white lines at all. So it's an interesting way to consider an artwork from a mathematical perspective.
So I wonder if the artist had a particular reason for choosing this trend. And I also wonder if when they were originally in the church where they were first installed in, what order were they in and how would that have impacted how they were interpreted?
I don't know the answer to that question, but that's definitely something that you could research on your own if you were interested in learning more information about this artwork specifically. And also, as you study it, when you're visiting Love Field, what other trends across the four windows could you quantify that we maybe didn't discuss in this video today? Thank you so much for watching.